So we got a new magic mill. Obviously it's old and pretty gross, but it's in good condition. Everything's there working, and I'm going to clean it now. So the first thing I'm going to do is loosen up any flour with a brush, and then use a leaf blower to blow most of it off. We're going to make 2 cleaning solutions. One is going to be for the wood, and one is going to be for the rusty stones. So we need vinegar, castile soap, lemon essential oil, maybe a sponge, our pastry brush, paper towels, and 2 jars for the two combinations. For the first solution for the wood, we're going to do 1/3 of vinegar and 2/3 of water. So I already added the water, and now I'm just going to eyeball it about right there. And for further disinfecting plus a little scent would be the lemon essential oil. And I don't have the dropper, but I'm going to try to do just a couple drops. It's probably 2. I'm going to use the paper towel versus the sponge for this because you do not want to get this really wet. You want to make sure you're barely putting any on there. So that way the paper towel, I can wring it out and barely have any on here. And now I'm going to wipe it, and I'm going to use the clean, dry paper towels right after this to dry it off one section at a time so that it's not soaking at all. And you just want to work in small sections just so that it's not soaking up in the wood. You don't want to get any water stuck in there. For the rust, it's just white vinegar, and we are going to soak it a little bit more, but we also want to dry it off right away again. So for this one, I'm going to use the sponge, but I'm still going to wring it out. I want it to be still wet, but not like a paper towel. And then we only want to put it where it's rusted. It's also pretty much a lot of buildup of flour, so using like the rougher side helps it, if you see on the bottom, fall out. So that's the goal, to get this off as much as possible before I do a rice run through it. Okay, you want to dry it off right away, and I got a cloth one because the paper towel left some residue. So don't do what I did, get a cloth one right away. And then you can move the stone. Just make sure you get it everywhere. I forgot to mention, but you do want to loosen it up all the way. That way it's going to be easier to get all that old wheat out of there. And of course, you can use a leaf blower in between. All out. The other thing that you can do is you get some sandpaper. I only have this right now, it's a block. And just try to grind away as much of it as possible. Oh, this is actually working really good. It's a little hard to do one-handed, but you can kind of see it working. My husband brought me this little sandpaper, and it's been working great. And I was thinking this might be a great way to clean the middle portion of it. I'm just gonna wedge it in there and get all the wheat berries out. Any leftover ones. After you clean it, here's a couple things I tend to do to these. The first thing is tighten the bolt so that this it doesn't just like swing open when it's on. So you want to tighten it on both sides. The same way, you also want to screw this one a little tighter, which is the top. Not a lot because you want it to be easy to open, but just a little so it's not like flopping everywhere. After that, the other issue with these is they might like fall off the counter. So you see, I think they did it, if it's not original, maybe it is original, but I bought these versions and I just put my own feet on them and I just screw them back where the hole was. And these have worked amazing for my other mill. These are from Amazon. These are super simple. You just drop in the screw. I put it in the hole that it's already on there. You technically can move it somewhere else. And then I screw it in. I don't see a screw on the old ones. Maybe it's just a nail I could pull. Oh, it is coming off. I'll just pull this one off. There we go. Okay. Fun, rusty nail. And then I'll put the new ones in that one too. Second one is stuck on, so I'm gonna try to use a tool to help me. Got it. For the motor part, I mainly just wipe it down really good, and then I use the leaf blower to try to loosen up if any dust or flour got in there. I just blow it in there. You can also use a brush to get this grime dust out. When you're using it, this is what you use to make the stones tighter. If it's not tight enough, what you can actually do is tighten this bolt, which allows you to go even tighter on a stone so you can get really fine flour. You should be able to get the finest flour with this mill. Lastly, you can clean the cable with a cloth with the light vinegar mixture. And then, now we let it sit outside for about an hour just so that everything dries 100% before we use it. And the next step is running rice through it. These are the two parts I removed originally. So you want to wash these, and you can wash these with just soap and water. After I run the rice through it, I'm actually going to put it through the dishwasher just to run it on hot and make sure it's really disinfected. And then after that, I'm going to hand wash it. The most important thing when you buy these is you look for mold. This one's pretty clean. There's rust and residue, but that's totally fine. It can get cleaned out. The next step is going to be to clean the stones by running rice to it. So this is the best way you can do it. You can do it, depends how much you use it, like once a month, just to clean it up. In general, no, you're not supposed to put anything in it until you turn the motor on. I'm also not doing it super fine to start with. I'm just going to do it a little looser just so you guys see. Turn it on in the back. And then tighten it. And then I turn it off and I quickly loosen the stones. So as they're still spinning, they're gonna loosen anything that's in there out. Okay, and this is what that's gonna look like. Normally I wipe this down if it's flour. This I'm just gonna wash. And then this I will wipe it down. I like the silicone brush because you don't get hair in your flour. However, the dry brushes do work a million times better. So since I'm just cleaning it, I will use these. And there you have it. Now this is gonna be all the stuff that came out, and I'm gonna clean this and throw it in the dishwasher now. I'm gonna move this down there, but the last thing you wanna do is put a bay leaf underneath, and that deters earwigs because those are very much attracted to flour. So that's a really easy way. I actually haven't had any bugs here. I've had earwigs in the house, but none of them have gone to the flowers. So that just shows how much that works. This is the light wood one, and this is my dark one. Aren't they beautiful?